Hello followers. If you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe to my channel. So I am posting the video Oracle SQL, PLSQL and performance tuning and interview topic. So if you subscribe, so you will get immediate notifications once I upload the video. Let's start with the topic. Today we are going to discuss Oracle OLAP features. Okay, in that we are going to see its OLAP, it's online analytical processing. So these functions, whenever we are working on any reporting projects in the data warehouse environment or data mart, these function work very efficiently, give highest performance. Let's see one by one. So these are the functions we are going to see: roll up, cube, grouping sets, cache, case, and decode. These are the functions we are going to discuss today. Okay. So OLAP, analytical processing. So he helps summarize the data, generate reports, subtotal, grand total, and business analysis using SQL. So using SQL, so these are the features we can provide using OLAP. Okay. So just I am going to create the one sample table employee, and I am putting some department data. So what is the difference between roll up and group by? See, if you do group by, only we will get the one summary. Okay, only sum. But it will returns only the department wise totals. But if you use roll up, so this just adding one keyword roll up within the bracket. If you go give those department the grouping data, it will give the subtotal and grand total. Okay, you will get the subtotal and grand total, or else you have to normal way. If you want to get subtotal and grand total, you have to use union. Then you have to bring it. You have to write two different query and you have to bring the subtotal and grand total. But instead of doing that, just giving the roll up, you can get the subtotal and grand total in single query. Okay. Cube, so it will give only whatever the hierarchical combination it will give. It will miss one the extra combination. Okay. So but if you give cube, it's generate all possible combination, all possible subtotal, we will get it if you use cube. Instead of roll up, just we have to give cube, it will give the every possible grand totals. Okay. So that is cube. Roll up, it will give only hierarchy level um, subtotal and grand total. If you give row cube, it will give every possible combination. Okay, that is the main difference between roll up and cube. Grouping. So when we do cube and roll up, we will get actual row. What the actual row? It will give 0. The subtotal and grand total, it will generate the 1. So if we apply the grouping for the particular column, it will give 0 or 1. If it's available data available, then it will give the 0. If it's subtotal or grand total, it will give 1. Okay. Grouping set. If you want only summarize data, then we can use the grouping sets operator to get it. Okay. Then case and the SQL, if you want if else scenario, then it's a case we can use it. So this is the syntax for this case. When then the whatever the condition we want to use it, then use it. So whenever you came to the scenario, if you want if else in SQL, that's a case is the only view. Okay, case it's ANSI standards. Decode it's Oracle. So if you are database Oracle, then you can use decode function. So similar way, so it's check the this column if this value, and it will give the information technology HR, then human resource. That's the way it's a default value. The others, okay, it's a default value. So decode. See, if we NVL and all, we have the um, data type restriction, but we don't have any data type restriction. It can be any data type, and the return value can be any data type. Okay, NVL it should be the same data type, right? But here it will be any data type. Okay, so just Case is ANSI standards, supports complex conditions and preferred in new projects. Okay, case it's ANSI compliance. If your project is migrating to some other database, if you use ANSI standard, it's good. But your database Oracle, then it will be decode. Decode will be used. Okay, mostly interviews. These are the question will be asked. Okay, uh, uh, difference between group by and roll up. Okay, so group by and roll up. So what is the difference? Group by it's written only group data, does not generate the subtotal or grand total. Roll up it's generate group data plus subtotal and grand total automatically. Okay. um, Next, difference between roll up and cube. uh, it's generate roll up generate hierarchical subtotal. So it's generate only group total and grand total. But cube is it generates all possible subtotal combinations. Okay, that is the difference. Cube it generates all possible subtotal combinations. Okay, the trick how you can memorize, roll up it total in one hierarchy, cube total in every combination. Okay, what does grouping written? So it's written 0 or 1. Okay. If actual data, it will return 0. Subtotal or grand total, it will return 1. Okay. What is grouping set? If you want display only specific summaries instead of all possible total, then you can go with grouping sets. What is the difference between case um, versus decode? Case is ANSYS SQL standard. It's decode is Oracle. So range based condition also we can use it in case. Decode it's only use equality operator. Okay. So both are easier to maintain. Read and write. So if your project is new development, better go with case because nowadays everyone migrating to legacy system to cloud. So ANSI standard is better. Okay. So, just interviews. These are the questions you may get it from these functions. Okay. So just I will give the simple trick. Okay, to make it short. Group by it's grouped data only. Roll up grouped data subtotal plus grand total. Okay, that's it. Cube all possible subtotal combination. Grouping 0 for data row, 1 for summary row. Grouping sets, it generates only for summaries you need. Case preferred ANSI standard supports complex conditions. Decode algorithmic equal comparison only. Okay, these are the details I want to share it. Okay, so interviews, these are the things mostly we get it. Okay, let's start with practical session. Okay, already I created the table, so I will let's make. So now let's now first I am running the grouping. Okay, see the result, then you will get the clear understanding. See now just some salary. See already group by department. So department wise only we are getting the sum salary. See if you want to see um, complete subtotal, then we have to write what we have to write. Select sum of salary from employee, then we will get the sum salary. See we have to write, then we have to make union to get and column matching we have to add null, then we have to get the result. Instead of doing that directly using roll up, we will get it the value. So in your project if you want to get subtotal and grand total, just use roll up. Okay, so see this is the query, just single query it will give. See now for all HR department, it's giving the subtotal. Okay, subtotal and grand total as well. See, similar way, IT department, subtotal and grand total. Okay, so wherever it's null, that is the grand total. Okay, wherever it's null. So here one combination is missing. City wise the grand total is missing. For that only, instead of roll up, if you use cube, that combination also come. Okay, just I am going to show that one also. See, so see now we are getting the this. See now what are the things we are getting? We are getting whatever the possible combination we can get from this data. Those are all possible combinations of total and grand total. We are getting it. Okay. So this is the way cube and roll up work. So whenever you get the requirement, you want to see grand total, subtotal, and all possible combinations, go with cube and roll up. Okay. So next one is grouping. See, whenever we are seeing null, right? So instead of you want to see the filters. Okay, let's see. See here, I'm putting the grouping of department and grouping of city. Okay, let's see. It will what? It will give zeros and ones wherever. See now here wherever it's a department number grand total, there it will be 1. City wise wherever grand total, there it will be 1. All so if you want to see the grand total and subtotal, so just we can use the filter class to get it. Okay, let's see now. If see sometimes they want to see only wherever the grand total, then they can go with. So I want to see equal to 1. So now see it's only department wise the grand total I want to see it. Okay, then instead of that I want to see city wise. So then we can go with this filters. Okay, we can use substitution variable. Runtime we can give it. Okay. See it's I want to see city wise subtotal and total. Variable is 1, that's it. Okay, so instead of this, if we give substitution variable, ping bit, and runtime it will ask, then we can single query. See, it's a city wise. So summarize total. If you want a 0, then it's a overall department wise. So that's the way we can run it. If you give substitution variable, it will work in the easy way. So reporting, what they'll do, they will assign the substitution variable, then they will run it with a different number. Okay. So 0, it's actual row, subtotal and grand total, it will return 1. Okay. Grouping sets. See, you want only to the specific format, then you can use this grouping. So, see, I want to see only the grand total and subtotals, then I go with this. Okay, grouping sets only aggregated value for that set. Case, so whenever you want to check any range based checks, then you can go for case. If equality operator checks, you can go for department. Okay. So whenever you want to if else scenario in SQL, then you can go with this. Okay. How it will work? First, it will check the salary greater than 60,000, then it's high. Salary greater than 50,000, then medium. Else, it will be low. Okay. So all other case, it will be low. Okay. Similar way, here decode also, first it will take the department column. If it's IT, then it will information technology. It is HR, then human resource. It's finance, then finance team. remaining all it will be others. That's way it will display. Okay, let's run this query. Okay. Okay, so these are the rows. Okay, so directly what is going, salary medium, high or low. That's the way based on the range based analysis we can go with case. Okay, if is equality, then decode. Okay, equality is alias name I can give an. Okay, that's a way. So the case and decode, it's the only way for SQL if you want to use FLs. Okay. So I think we all covered. Okay. So it's a advanced concept. For interviews, if you get any questions in this area, just give the answer and give the simple explanation. So the interviewer will be more impressed. Okay. So very less people having good understanding of these functions. So now you also having the good understanding. Okay. Please subscribe my channel, share it with your friends, uh, share your feedbacks and comments. I'll be sharing the videos frequently for SQL, PLSQL and performance tuning. Thank you for viewing. Thank you.